Yeah, man. Come on, darling. Come on, let's go. What an international man of mystery is someone who is called upon the drop of a hat to save the world, while at the same time by day being a swinger, baby. That's what an international man of mystery is all about, and I like to think that I embody that. I had to get Dr. Evil, who is my nemesis. You see, I'm the mongoose to his... I was unfrozen. I saved the world. The people at New Line heard about it, and they approached me, and they said, we'd like to do a movie about your life. Opening May 2nd, available at a theatre near you. New Line, they said, well, what about Jeff Goldblum? And I thought, I like Jeff, I really do. He's smashing. But why not pull a Melissa and Joan Rivers story and have me play myself? A movie are Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah, baby, yeah! She plays Vanessa Kensington, who is the lady that's attached to me, literally, cheeky, who is just, to me, he is the ultimate swimmer. Fabulous as well, you know. I fancy him. I fancy him rotten, baby. The bad thing about working with Michael York is seeing how gorgeous he is and having to go through that whole questioning of your own sexuality, you know. Do I bat for the other side, you know? Can't tell. Why am I attracted to him? Why is it that when I'm making love to a bird, I look down and see his face? I have a little bit of a freezer burn problem, because I forgot to date parts of myself. Well, it's amazing. Since I've been on Frozen, you've got the fall of the Berlin Wall, end of apartheid, the Gulf War. And I didn't know Liberace was gay. I didn't see that one coming. No way. Women loved him, baby. If you're telling me Liberace's gay, then everyone's gay. Next you're going to tell me Siegfried and Roy are gay. I mean, come on. You know, throw away the rule book. I mean, that's crazy, man. The adjustment I've had to make after being frozen for 30 years was my bits and pieces. They get all frozen. Those little boys down there get all mashed together, and I had to sort of like do a little bit of an adjustment, you know, for my bits and pieces and my wedding tackle, my meat and two veg. Oh, that and changing sexual mores.
In the 60s, he was called a swinger. Today, we label these people sexaholics.
Austin did have...
although I've been frozen for 30 years, as long as people are still having promiscuous sex with many anonymous partners, while at the same time experimenting with mind-expanding drugs in a consequence-free environment, I'll be sound as a pound, baby. Shag is at once a word to describe intimacy. It's also a word to describe a whole way of life, baby. Do you know what I mean? Shag, of course, means to get your end away, get a leg over, have a bit of the other, bit of a how's your father, you know. I hope I've made that clear for you. But shag also means a whole lifestyle, baby. You know what I mean? Like, things are shagadelic. They're shagorific. A girl is quite shaggable. Do you know who my favourite shaggable woman is? RuPaul. I think she's fabulous. Do you know what I mean? She's got this... I think there's a secret going on there. Something's happening. I don't think she's telling us all about herself, you know what I mean? But that RuPaul is really, really shaggable. There's three things you have to know. Shag, shag, and location. That is the simple philosophy of life. Shag, shag, location. That's all you need to know, baby. Well, you have to understand, baby, in the 60s in Britain, you could still be a sexy swinger and you could have bad teeth that didn't matter. I think that what they're going to find out is that sugar actually has a lot of nutritional value, you know? We're going to find out that they're going to invent a machine that can actually measure the nutritional value of sugar, and we're going to find out that the teeth are really a vestigial organ, like the appendix. You know what I mean? And when that day comes, we British people are going to have the last toothless laugh. I'm that last gasp of humanity. I'm the last vestige of the soul, the tribal soul within the global village. Do you know what I mean? And I've also got a very big one for my age. Touch with the Mojo Center. See, there are 5 points in a body. Do you know what I mean? You've got your upper chakra, which is the intellect. You've got between the eyes, which I call the extraorbital ridge. That gets you into sort of the primal part of yourself, man the fire gatherer. Then you've got here, this is a communication center, right? That's the Chethaptai, that's what it's called. Then you've got down here, which is the middle chakra, or Timmy, as I call it. Then you go lower, and then you've got the lower chakra, which I call the Bitsahaidinoha. That's what I call it. And down there's a life force, man, what we call the mojo. So all you have to do is get into a wonderful meditative state and summon the mojo and watch the fur fly, baby. Well, an international spy is someone who has to be clandestine, lay low, use his guile and wit to save the world, to be called upon for missions that require plausible deniability. An actor has to recite lines and poach from the snack table. So they are somewhat different.
Which do you prefer?
I like snacking. I prefer snacking.
Besides his unparalleled reputation as an international man of mystery, Powers also had a reputation of another sort.
If I laid all the women that I've had relationships with end to end, I probably would. Now I know there's a dirty joke in there somewhere. Fembots, part woman, part robot. Designed by evil people to take advantage of your natural inclinations. Hello, hello.
Hello, Mr. Powers. Hello, Mr. Powers. Care to have a little fun? Care to have a little fun?
No, actually, I have to save the world. Is it cold in here? Fembots. Well, now I've programmed them to be my escorts, but they initially were designed by Dr. Evil as an enticement for me to sort of get me all horny, you know, get that mojo going, and then things would pop out of the jubblies and shoot at me, and smoke would come at me, or a spike or something like that. But I've tamed them and reprogrammed to just dig me, baby, and watch the fur fly, baby. Yeah! Woo. Can you give us 5 minutes? Well, I hope that people remember. Regrets? I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention.
The movie Austin Powers, International Man.
Not to belabor the point. Not to make a short story long. Not to just constantly rephrase things as if I'm doing a filibuster. No. Not to do that. Negative. The opposite of. No way should I stretch this question out to its absurd length, or the length to which you think it should have stopped and then you've gone that section further, or it not taking the shape of its container, say, like it was a 2-minute answer that I've turned into a 5-minute answer, which you don't want at all. You wouldn't want that little bit at all. Even one molecule of your body would not want that. The rest would say, no, we don't want that. And the molecule would say, no, I think it should. And then all the molecules start screaming ensemble like some sort of Welsh choir. We don't want that. He doesn't understand love, baby. He's anti-love. I don't know where he ends and I begin, really. I know that makes me sound like Catherine Deneuve. All the I wants is Dr. Evil. I want money. I want world domination. I want a hollowed-out volcano to live in. There are two forces. The love mojo that comes out is very natural. It's like a child's laugh. Then there is the evil forces.
The satin sheets with several of these lovely ladies.
Here now is a rare archival interview of Austin surrounded by 2 reprogrammed but still dangerously alluring fembots. In it, he explains his life force and mojo.
For me, everything rolls around the mojo. You know what I mean? The sexuality, for example. Does this make you horny? Does it? The shape of it? Does it make you horny? To you, is this Eros manifest? Does it make you randy, baby?
Nessa has just blown up.
Yeah! Woo, baby!
You can't resist us, Mr. Powers. You can't resist us, Mr. Powers. You can't resist us, Mr. Powers. You can't resist us, Mr. Powers.